there, this is the E4 proofreading video system, training video number 5. Now we're going to talk about error reports. The error report is the primary communication device between the proofing, tagging, and file acquisition teams. As we've talked about before, the general workflow is file acquisition, acquiring the files that you're going to proofread. Then comes you proofread them, you change what you can, you then pass it on to the tagging team, who also changes a certain number of errors that would be persistent errors, okay? So like we've talked about all along, such as the H's changed to B's in the when the computer originally read the manuscript, things like that, okay? So the reason that error reports are so important is that, first of all, they're the initial communication between you and the file acquisition team, because they need to have these files initially compared so that they can decide, first of all, which file to use. Remember, they've acquired 2 of them. Sometimes it's a choice between the 2. They could use either one, and they need to decide which one to use. And second of all, they need to discover if the set list that they have sent on to you, so the actual set of books that they've been working with, if they can actually publish all of those. Because sometimes in the initial proofreading, you're going to find a ton of errors in a certain book. It just makes it so that you just can't use it. That's part of what the file acquisition team needs to find out. So the initial error report, this first one, is very important for that. So you should look at error report number 1 as the communication device between you and the file acquisition editor, so that they need to reacquire any files, or if they need to delete something from a set, that they can do that, okay? So this is information for them. I'm going to show you how to do this. The error report is on a Google document. Control-click here on this link. It will take you to this spreadsheet. Alright, we have some of these from earlier examples that we're going to delete. Alright. Now this is an example. This isn't an actual error report. So let's go over here. What is the information that is necessary? Now for each set of books, you're going to have a different sheet. Now to start a new one, it's very simple. You push the little plus button. Go over here to rename. So we're going to say error report, or ER underscore, and then let's say that the set code is CCC for Confessions, Creeds, and Catechisms, or we'll say Medieval Lit 1, okay? Alright, then you're going to go over here. Very first thing you're going to do is you're going to name all of your columns. So set name code, and then push the little. Okay. Now, obviously you're going to have to go through and you're going to actually have to make this entire sheet. And that will be your job before you begin any of the file compare. You're going to have to make your error report sheet, because this is going to be used throughout the entire process, okay? So this needs to be opened up at the very beginning. You're going to have to make your error report, and then you can start putting all of the information in as you proofread the documents, okay? So I'm just going to put down the name of the document. This is pretty easy. You would just go to the list of documents, or the folder. Let's say somebody had sent you this one here. You downloaded it to your computer. So you're just going to click on this, Control Insert, go back over here, Shift Insert, and it will copy down the actual name of the file, okay? That will help it so you don't have to actually say the name of the file. Completeness check, this is just the initial file compare. When you first just skim through the file compare, you're going to look to make sure that the entire document is there. We've talked about that in some of the other videos. And when you're done with that, just say yes, you know, because if you've passed on to this point, then most of the time the file the completeness check has been completed. Okay, the proofing type, just make sure to put an initial proof. There's a lot of information over here on the different proofing types. We're going to go through that in a bit.